So now you can see my slides, right?
Yes.
House number 159. This is the holy grail of all astrology. One, 5, 9. These three houses makes the triangle of your life. 1, 5, and 9. And I will show you some examples here. And most of the time, people will come to you and ask you this question: what you see in my chart? What kind of probabilities I have, and what kind of fortune you think I have, or what do you think that I have a platform stronger or weaker? So many people whom you consult as a professional astrologer will ask you this question again and again. What do you see something in my chart? What do you think how much I can gain in my life? What is my probability? And there are many ways to see that. I will show you the Nadi astrology techniques also. But this is one of the most fundamental rule, principle. House number 1, 5, and 9. If these three houses are connected somehow, okay, these are the triangle houses. We call it the houses of goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and auspicious results, goddess Lakshmi. And first house is, I told in the beginning, it's a Kendra house also. This is a Kendra house and Trinal houses. So house number 1, 5, and 9. If they are connected somehow, either 1 is connected to 5, 1 is connected to 9, or 5 is connected to 9, 9 is connected to 5, or they three have a connection, the person will definitely rise in his or her life. I can guarantee you this. These three are the real destiny of yours. The destiny, as I always talk about the destiny and the fate. What is the destiny? What is the platform given to you by the God? Is you can see instantly by reading first house, fifth house, and ninth house. No need to go anywhere else. And I will show you different techniques also as we go through this course. But this is the first thing I always notice: what this person has an ability to achieve, what this person can accomplish, how much the destiny and the fate will allow this person to accomplish the matters what they're trying to accomplish. Name, fame, wealth, money, anything. If this is strong, you are strong. Your destiny is strong. You will get results no matter what. If these three are weak, the problem is there. You do whatever things you do in life, your destiny will not support it. Your destiny is still not strong enough, like the fertile land versus infertile land I spoke about in the beginning. So this talks about how fertile your land is. Even if you're sleeping and just sprinkling some seeds, they will still give you the results. Versus if your destiny is weak, you do a lot of hard work, but you're not getting results. Something is stopping you, something is blocking you. 1, 5, and 9. There has to be a connection. The more connections, the stronger it is. The less connections, at least the connections, the better it is. No connections, worse it is. Now let's go into some of the examples to reinforce this idea. So why I'm going back to the slides, some of the slides which we did cover in the last week. So I want to reinforce the idea of how to read charts. You know how to read charts based on where the sun sign is, moon is, where the sun is, moon is, Mercury is, Jupiter is, Venus is, Mars is, the planets, their energies are. Then we talk about how to read chart based on the lordship perspective. Lord of first sitting in where, Lord of second sitting in where house, Lord of third sitting in which house, Lord of fourth sitting in which house. So we covered that. But to understand the trine of your destiny, you need to understand and explore 1, 5, and 9. And this is what I want to show you today before we go further, so that you can reinforce the idea of how to read chart accurately. So I'm going to go here and share my software. And I'll open my horoscope this time. Okay. So I'm going to show you some of the charts of the best known people in the world. Okay, celebrities. Charismatic personalities. Okay, I have a label here, charismatic personalities. Let's open my favorite, Marilyn Monroe. Okay, everybody know about her, American actress. So look at her. All you have to do is do this. Mark this, and mark this. Now see, this is Moon, this is Mars, this is Jupiter, right? Now see the connection now. Moon is sitting in 7th house. Jupiter, the lord of 5th, is sitting in 7th house. They both are conjunct. So the lord of 1 and 9 are meeting right in here. And Moon and Jupiter sitting together, I told you it's a sign of what kind of karmas? Forgiving karmas, forgiving sins. So don't go that route, but let's see. The 1st is connected to 9th. Now see whether the 5th is connected somewhere. 5th is sitting in 8th house. Is it aspecting? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No aspects, nothing is here. So the 5th is not joined, but 1 and 9 are joining here. Okay. Now come to this tab, show planet cusps. Mark this, Moon in the nakshatra of Mars, in the sublord of Jupiter. I will still teach you sublord later in the class today, but mark this, Moon, which is ascendant lord, sitting in the nakshatra of Mars. Now Moon is making connection with 5th lord. Mars is the 5th lord. And Jupiter also, 9th lord. Here the ascendant has made a connection with both the lords, 5th house and 9th house. The complete trinity has become. And see now, where is Mars? Mars is also making connection with Jupiter. See, Mars is sitting in the nakshatra of 9th lord. And see Jupiter sitting in the nakshatra of 5th lord. That's why she became Marilyn Monroe. Look at the destiny what she has. Another example. Oprah Winfrey. Let's open that. And we can read as many charts as you want. I can show you, prove you this technique again and again. And that's where this is the most research-based astrology classes, what I do. I've done a lot of research on these charts to understand what makes a person's personality split out to that extent that they become so famous in life. 1st house, 5th house, 9th house. Jupiter,
Mars,
Mars, Sun. Now Jupiter is sitting in 6th house. Mars is sitting in 11th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No aspect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mars is aspecting Jupiter. Right? And Sun, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Jupiter is aspecting Sun. You understanding this? These are the only three planets I am looking at. I'm not looking at anything else. How they are connecting to each other. The 1st lord, Jupiter, sitting in 6th house. The 5th lord, Mars, sitting in 11th house, is aspecting its 9th lord. Its ascendant lord. And Sun, which is the lord of 9th house, sitting in 2nd house, but the lord of 1st house is aspecting the lord of 9th house. It's creating a relationship here. 9th is a house of your wisdom, your fortune, what you're attaining from this karmas. 5 is the fortune, what you're bringing from your previous life. 1 is your physical body, why you've been born here, your approach towards life. If these 3 have a connection, you are bound to rise in your life no matter what. And look at the other thing. Come to show planet cusp here. Jupiter showing Mars and Mars. Jupiter is in the nakshatra of 5th Lord. And Mars is in the nakshatra of
Jupiter.
They have exchanged the nakshatras. And Sun is not showing anything, which is okay. Our hypothesis has met what we are looking for. More examples. I want you to reinforce this idea. Whenever you look at someone's chart, open the chart the way so leadership. So let's look at the chart of millionaire, self-made, Bill Gates. Okay. Mercury, Venus, Saturn. Venus and Saturn both are sitting in same house. Period. 5th Lord and 9th Lord are sitting in same house, conjunct.
In the 5th house.
In the 5th house of creativity, of your fate. If this thing happening in this house or this house or this house, in more and more power is given to them. And where is the 1st Lord? Mercury. Mercury is not expecting it. Not looking at it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm just looking if Saturn is expecting the house of Mercury also. Not, right? And Sun is not too. But the Venus and Saturn, they are conjunct here. Made a very strong relationship within the 5th house. So 5th Lord and 9th Lord, when they are connected, lot of auspicious results. That's called a person born with very, very strong destiny. And again, before you go to the next chart, always go to the planet cusp and look at this thing. Now underline Mercury showing Mars and Mars. And then you go Venus. Venus is showing Jupiter and Venus. Okay. And then finally Saturn is showing Jupiter and Venus. So if you see Saturn and Venus, they are linked together by Jupiter and Venus. They both have the same nakshatras and same sublord. So Jupiter and Venus are the indirect link between Venus and Saturn here. This is called indirect linking, which I always teach during the birth time rectification also, that there could be one common planet which is linking two planets indirectly. There is, of course, a direct link between Venus and Saturn sitting in the same house, but indirectly also through their nakshatra and sublord, they are linked. Very strong destiny. Charu, you following?
Yes, Mohnish.
Can you do the gambler one? Because everybody wants you to give them the lottery ticket, but I think that's impossible.
Which one?
The gambler one? You have one that says gambler lottery winner?
Yeah, when we come to the gambling part, then I will teach you how to see that. Okay, so who, when, what. We'll do that. So let's say, let me cover one or more for just to reinforce this idea, then we'll come there. And then I do have astronauts also to cover, why they are, what combinations they have when they go to the foreign lands, or sorry, out of the earth. So Bruce Lee. Okay. These are one of the most magnificent people in the world. Like, people know them even after their deaths, right? They are living legends. What made them the legends? Okay. Charu, you do it for me. Tell me what these three planets are.
Yes, so the first one is Mars, Jupiter and Moon. And Jupiter, it's the Lord of 9th house is sitting in the 5th house. And one.
Lord of 5th is sitting in 5th house, right?
Yes, sorry. Yeah, Lord of 5th is sitting in 5th house. And Lord of 9th house is in 11th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. So there is an aspect. Jupiter is aspecting Moon.
Yeah, first is Mars. Lord of
Mars is also sitting.
They both are sitting in same house, conjunct.
In house.
And
yes, conjunct.
Jupiter is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jupiter is aspecting it.
Jupiter is aspecting Moon.
Complete.
So it's a connection between, right?
So just by looking at this is a complete combination of Bruce Lee. that this and this are all combined together. The lords are sitting in 11th house of first house and fifth house or ninth house, and fifth house lord sitting in fifth house itself is respecting it. What a destiny. And if you go here just to see another level, do they have another match here or not? So if you see Mars is Rahu Saturn, Jupiter is Venus, and then Moon is Rahu Moon. So Mars and Moon are connected only by Rahu in this scenario. But we don't have to go only in this scenario, because we see there's in the chart itself, there's a complete cycle what we wanted to match. But I normally do from both sides, right? Just to see if sometimes you don't find a match here, but you find a match here. And sometimes you find matches on the both sides.
So is it like any kind of match is okay, or is there some power? Like if they are conjunct, it is more powerful. If they are aspecting, it is
Conjuncts
less
are more
powerful.
powerful than aspects. Everybody knows that, right? So that's a basic rule. So if I put you,
Yes.
if you and I come live in the same house, we both are exhibiting the same energies. We both are meeting, talking, collaborating together. But if you are living in your house and I have only a telescope or a doorbin, a binocular to go and see in your house, then my energies are not interacting with you on a day-to-day basis. We can talk, we can communicate, but we can exchange messages over the phone, but we're still not living together. So definitely when the planets are together, they exert more power, like you saw in the chart of Bill Gates. Also, their two planets are conjunct right in the fifth house. And similarly, when planets aspect, the power reduces, but they still have the power to make a connection. They are still talking and communicating with each other. Hey, how you feeling? How you doing? Right? Versus they're living together. So if they are being activated, or they've been together, communicating, talking, their energies are being together to help you rise in your career. But yes, in terms of the power scale, conjunction has a more power than this one. And also when you see this thing, nakshatra and the sublord, if they have exchanged the signs, the nakshatra of one planet, fifth lord comes into the ninth and ninth comes to the fifth, that's exchange of nakshatras. That's also a very, very powerful condition, because both the planets have exchanged their nakshatras. So this is the way how the planets are communicating. Okay, they are communicating by either living together in a same bungalow, same building, or they have a strong telepathy or a messaging system, like say, through which they are communicating and affecting a life.
Okay.
Understand? So, and if we
Still a little bit confusing.
Sure.
It's still a little bit confusing, but I just have to like review the videos again.
It's easy. Only 3 planets.
Yes, but when you go into the aspecting and all that, I get a little bit confused.
So see, there are many other charts I have. Let's say Monica Lewinsky. Everybody knows about her, right? So some people who does not have a strong destiny, but they come into the limelight, right, by the wrongdoings or some wrong reasons. So pick it up. So Monica Lewinsky's first house lord. Lennis, who is the first house lord?
Mercury.
No, who's the lord of her first house, ascendant sign?
The ascendant is number 6. Number 6 is Mercury, right?
So
Virgo.
Mercury, okay. What is fifth lord?
The fifth lord is Capricorn, which is Saturn.
Yes. And ninth lord?
The ninth lord is isn't it the Venus, Taurus?
Yes. So now see if these 3 has any connection. Mercury, Saturn, and Venus. So let's say Mercury is sitting in 10th house. Saturn is sitting in 9th house. And Venus is sitting in 11th house. There's no connection. Am I right? 1, 2, 3. Only Saturn is aspecting Venus.
But Saturn is in the 9th house, no?
Oh yeah, sorry. Saturn is in 9th house. Saturn is a lord of 5th, comes into 9th house. Yeah, there's a connection, right? So 5th lord is in the 9th, one connection, and then the Saturn is looking at the Venus, the lord of 9th house, sitting in 11th house. So connection number 2, right? And then if we go here, pick the same planets, Mercury. Mercury is in the nakshatra of Jupiter and sub of Rahu. Saturn, Mars and Moon showing no connection, and then Venus, Ketu and Mars. So Venus and Saturn, they are connected through Mars indirectly, right? So there's a connection, but yes, they are not conjunct. They are either respecting or exchange signs. This is not even exchange of sign. Exchange of sign would be Venus coming here and Saturn going here. It's even very powerful. Okay, Charu, to your answer. So if the planets exchange signs or the planet exchange nakshatras, they become very powerful because there's a mutual agreement. Hey, you live in my home, I live in your home. Nobody will spoil their home, right? So if I come, if you become my tenant and I become your tenant, we have a mutual agreement. So that means we both are strengthening those houses where we are living. Same happens when we exchange the nakshatras. Hey, you come into my nakshatra, I go into your nakshatra. We have a mutual agreement now. A deal is firm. You will do good for me, I will do good for you. Right? Aspecting is also a good relationship, but little lesser than either the planets are in the same house or they have exchanged the house. So still she's Monica Lewinsky, like people know her, even though for the bad reasons. She came to the limelight, right? She got an opportunity to work in the White House. Good destiny. To meet the president. Very good destiny. Now to have an affair with him. Some people say, wow, that is a wonderful destiny. So that's a perspective. We call it good or bad, but she achieved what she achieved. Right? That's why we are reading her chart, because she's a celebrity, right?
But where do you see that? What? That she became famous because of that?
How the destiny will give her, what the destiny will give her. Will she be able to get the results in her life or not? Whether the destiny is giving her something to go and accomplish and helping her doing whatever she wants to do in her life. So 159, these are the trinal destiny of yours. People who are famous, who become celebrities, or even they are not celebrities, but very, very successful, you will always see their 159 somehow has a connection. They will have a financial success, they will have a success in their career, they have a success in any ventures they go into. It could be good or bad. We are not judging anyone here that is it a good thing or a bad thing what they did. We are just judging that how their destiny unfold in front of them, giving them the results. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is also probably connecting to Aru's question. If, for example, the planets are conjunct, they have really high power.
Yeah.
Or if they've exchanged houses, they have really good, strong power. And then obviously, if they are aspecting, they have a different sort of a power. And if they are in a nakshatra of each other, they have a different power. But I think this is probably what makes the difference between, let's say, a millionaire, somebody who's just like really wealthy in their own right, to a millionaire, towards a billionaire, and then towards really like a trillionaire, right? Meaning, so that's kind of, the differentiation between what they become can be understood from this destiny. Because I think what you said, Manish, kind of connects is how fertile is the land, right? If the land is fertile,
this is what we are looking at. How fertile is it? Exactly. You nailed it. So look at Rahul Gandhi's chart. I never look at his chart. So first time I'm looking at it. So Rahul Gandhi is aspiring Prime Minister of India, right? He's actually willing, he's ready to be a Prime Minister, but what's going on in his life right now? He's under Rahu Dasha. So I'll teach you how to read Rahu Dasha. And Rahu Dasha is actually not looking good for, let's see if his career. I'm just going a little fast forward here too. So Rahu Dasha is never going to make him prime minister so easily. Anyway, so if you see here, coming back to the destiny, we have Venus, we have Saturn, and we have Mercury. He is still born in a rich family. He's born into the families of the first prime ministers of India. So somewhere his destiny is strong. It's not about he became a prime minister or not became a prime minister. Am I right? I'm not born into the families of Gandhis. Vishnu, you're not born in the families of Gandhis, right? So if we would like to, everybody would love to be a person born into the Gandhi's family, right? So what made Rahul Gandhi Rahul Gandhi? Venus, 10th house, Saturn, 7th house, and then Mercury in 8th house. So do we see any connection here? No, right?
Trying very hard. Cannot
So
find
Saturn is 1, 2, 3, no aspect. Mercury 7 aspect, Venus 7 aspects. They don't have any special aspects. So there's no connection here, right? If we go here, now let's see here. We have Venus. Venus is in the nakshatra of 5th Lord, right? Saturn in the nakshatra of Venus. Exchange signs? Look at it. Found it? What we were trying to find? Why he became Rahul Gandhi? And where is Mercury? Mercury is Moon and Saturn. Mercury has a sub-lord of 9th Lord, or 5th Lord, right? So that is it. If I look at my chart, I won't see this combination. And I will show you that. This is what makes a person stand alone. Somebody who is born with strong destiny. Even he's a failure, he's not a prime minister, he's an aspiring prime minister, nobody knows he will become or not, but he's still fortunate. He still has a stronger destiny compared to you and I, or any other normal person, human being on this planet Earth. He's still top 1% guy. He doesn't have to work hard. He doesn't have to do anything. He's just minting money, whatever he does. Right? He may have problems, relationship problems, other issues, challenges, but we are just looking at the destiny of someone, the fertile versus infertile land. I'm very intrigued to see minds, actually. So let's see that, right? This is how you learn. See what I'm teaching you? You won't find it anywhere in the books. This is all my blood and sweat. I have put in so many years to understand what makes a person a fortunate or a celebrity or somebody who is born into such a big families.